Hello everybody and welcome to my page, Messages from Venus. I hope that I don't chop off the top of my head in this video, but I hope everybody's having a fantastic day. I hope everybody had a fantastic new moon, because all this energy coming my way is so fucking fantastic. I don't know who's sending it, I don't know who's brewing it, but I love it. But I am so happy. I wanted to make this video for a couple of things, a couple of messages, really quickly. Well, not probably like 20 minutes. But the topic, this is going to be the topic video for the month. And it's something that happened back during Easter, or during the time of Ishtar. I don't know how you guys celebrate it, or if anybody on here that watches my channel or is watching this video follows Ishtar. So yes, I'm at work, that's why you see everything in the back. So this situation happened to me back in April. I met up with someone who attends a church that believes in a mother figure. They believe in a goddess. They don't think, their church doesn't think that women are just there to clean, do the dishes, take care of kids. The typical Christian woman, or the typical image that most people think most Christians follow, which they do. But I was doing my typical ranting on Facebook, because I do have a Facebook, but it's my own personal Facebook page. Stay tuned for my spiritual Facebook page that I'm constructing or doing. I should have it done by sometime this month, but anyway, that's not what I wanted to talk to you guys about. So she found me on Facebook going off on a rant about Ishtar, and how a lot of people don't understand, meaning Christians, I shouldn't say people, but a lot of Christians don't understand or don't really see the meaning behind what they're actually celebrating, which is they're honoring the goddess of fertility. And all those eggs and all those bunny rabbits, that's what that means, is fertility. Like, the bunny rabbits are so fertile. They can give up to, I don't know, like 20, 30, 40 eggs, or possibly more. I mean, rabbits, or give birth to that many rabbits at a time. And that's what they're celebrating. So that's the whole point about like the eggs and the bunny rabbits, etc., etc. So I went off on a rant because a lot of people during the time of their celebrations, or during their time of the year, love to bash other people, or love to bash pagans without understanding or stopping to think for 2 minutes whether there's a pagan on their page, whether other people's belief is important. And I feel like people should respect other people's beliefs, other people's belief system, even though their book says, you know, you should come after, because literally that's what that says. If you're a Christian or been a Catholic, that's what their book says. You should you know, speak about my word, or their perception of God, everywhere you go, to everyone. Pagans are this, pagans are that, and their book bashes pagans, but their book was mostly established by a bunch of pagans, including Constantine. But I guess that's up to you and your research to do. I'm not here to bash anybody, just so that you guys know, because I came from a Christian background and it will never leave me. Clearly, if you've seen my other videos, I still venerate one of the Catholic saints, which is Mary Magdalene. It's one of my goddesses. I don't see her as a saint, but that's who I work with. Anyway, she approaches me. She's like, Madeline, let's talk. She sends me a message via private message on Facebook. And she tells me, you know, we should meet up, we should go to this church. I'm not really going to give you guys the name. I'll just give you the details about what they believe and why it makes me so fucking happy, and how I feel, since everybody's talking about their feelings and emotions, and some of you guys are so happy, and some of you guys are showing your true colors, and some of you guys are showing your misery to the world, due to your opinion, which is fine, or how the world makes you miserable, which is okay, because we're all here to help one another. We're not here to bash people. I know there's people that feel like pagans bash other people, when in reality it's the other way around for the most part. that I've experienced. I don't know what you've experienced, but a lot of people are just giving off their vibes and how they feel, and what makes them tick off and what makes them unhappy, and how overworked they are, or how spiritually overworked they are, or how much they want to nag about a certain topic, and they haven't really had the voice, or they haven't really had the push that they needed to speak about it. And I'm happy that 2 of my rants about readers in and out of YouTube, and like what I think queerons and readers should behave or be, started up such a route up, or such a, I don't even know what to call it, but I guess, I don't know, it was just a spark for some people to talk about their feelings, which is beautiful, which is what we need, because we don't need to be building up emotions against or for other people, regardless whether we are next to that person or have the same opinion as that person. It doesn't matter. The fact of the matter is that people should talk about, or should be free, or should feel the freedom in their spirituality to speak about whatever they want to speak about. And so it brings me to the fact that this Christian church, which I feel all Christian churches should be like that, because the bride, or the Holy Spirit, is spoken about in the Bible as a female. It's in the book of Revelations, which is the last book, and it's in the book of Genesis, which is their first book. So I don't know why they mistreat women so much in some places, or they belittle women so much. Meanwhile, we have the tree of life in our placenta, but I guess that's another video. Anyway, the church makes me so happy, because even if they venerate the Bible, even if they venerate an ideology or philosophy, in my opinion, that does not go with what I feel and is dogmatic to me, they still venerate the goddess. And that is an amazing breakthrough. I feel like everybody should be happy. I feel like that should make any pagan happy, because even though they don't venerate a goddess like you venerate a goddess, they still venerate the goddess. And we're all about that in spirituality. We're all about polarity. We're all about the feminine and the divine masculine. We don't leave neither or behind, even though I feel the divine goddess is venerated a little too much sometimes, which is fine. That just means that somebody hasn't had the capacity, the idea, or the resources to come out with certain decks that have to do with the divine God, or the divine masculine in their entirety, or mass produce certain decks that have to do with the masculine energy, and the ones that are out there aren't really all that popular. So I just wanted to express myself. This church has a whole entire presentation, I should say, about how beautiful the mother is, how beautiful mothers are, how much mothers sacrifice, how much mothers do for their children. And it's beautiful that they venerate that, because the churches that I come from, they don't give a shit. They don't give a shit about the mother. They don't give a shit about the goddess. They don't care about the suffering of a woman, because the Adam and Eve story. So it's beautiful to see that another church understands that there's something else out there that's astrology, because they do understand that. They don't see any other book. They won't read the agnostic text or take it into consideration. They're not going to read any other text other than their book. And they read the book word for word. Like, they go by the text word for word. There is no spirituality in it. There is no metaphysical in it. For them, it just is word for word, literally word for word. So if you were to ever find yourself across this church, they will have classes for you where you can learn about what they feel is best, or their philosophy. I'm not going to give you the name of their church, because even though I don't go to their church is not all over social media. Their church doesn't do the social media thing, even though their church is an international church. And I respect that. I respect other people's businesses, other people's corporations, other people's regard, other people's thoughts and opinions. I respect it. So I'm not going to give you the name of that, so you can go online and search and be psychotic, like some people are, or bash people. Like, I know pagans that feel like every Christian is after me, every Christian has something bad to say, instead of just being a mystic. Because that's the whole point of being a pagan or being part of witchcraft, is that you're supposed to see the difference in the individual, but the bigger picture, which is the all. Which brings me to say a couple of things. I'm happy, again, like I said, that people are giving their opinions as to like what they feel people should do with decks, how many decks people should collect, how different they want their channels to be, how perfect they feel they are in their spirituality at this very moment in time, and how they don't need a lot of people, a lot of resources, a lot of this, a lot of that. They don't want to consume or feel like they're like over consuming, which is beautiful, because it lets people know whether they want to follow you or not. It lets people know whether people want to be followers or leaders or not. It lets people know what your perception or your perspective is about spirituality, which is beautiful. Now, I'm gonna leave you off with this. Besides all of that, it makes me extremely happy, but I feel like I'm gonna push it a little more. I'm gonna go back to the situation about having diversity in the decks and having diversity in all of our decks. As I do understand that people that create these decks and the publishing companies, I understand they know what they're doing. I understand that some people might have perspectives about conspiracy theory, X, Y, and Z, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to make a separate video, maybe not this month. I don't know. Maybe somebody will trigger me. Who knows? I've been getting so much energy. It's fantastic. Negative, positive, jealousy, bullshit, triggers. It's fantastic because, you see, I'm an alchemist, so I intake all of that and then I transmute it and do what I want with it. So it does not affect me, it does not harm me in any way, shape, or form, but it allows me to see the difference in people. So with that being said, I'm gonna say this, going back to the decks. When people see how different people are, it's taking them back. Why is this healthy? To take humanity back to the beginning and back to how things were, as they still appreciate the resources they have today, such as the internet, social media, etc., etc. A lot of you came out to say that that's not something that you want to do. A lot of you said that Instagram is I guess like overplayed. I just had a conversation yesterday about an interview that I'm doing, actually, that I'm going to talk to you guys about with two fellow witches, and they, you know, we spoke about how Instagram is sometimes overblown. It's like becoming a fucking joke when it comes to spirituality. But what I'm going to say about the diversity of the decks before anything is that when people see the difference between... Okay, guys, I'm so sorry. I'm at work. So, interruptions. Okay, so, like I was saying, the diversity in the decks should take us back to where we came from. And knowing where we came from will let you know the individual that you are. Even when you practice, you study the tarot, you understand the tree of life or the Kabbalah, or some people study it in depth like that. They don't just use it as a tool to spark up their intuition and then not learn the symbolism. Some people take it a step further. Some people know it as astrology or use it for astrological divination or astrological information, I should say. All of that is important because it all starts with the individual. It all starts with you. And if you don't know yourself, how can you possibly integrate yourself and become like this, right? Because the older peace sign was like this, not like this. It wasn't separated. Right now, humanity's like this. But if you don't know yourself, with all the miseducation, with the nonsense in our spirituality, with people taking things as a game or as a joke when it's not, even though myself, I love doing the monthly readings. I love doing readings for people, period. There's certain things that I don't like to adhere to in the spiritual realm that today the modern witch has to protect herself. Like, legally, there's certain disclaimers, there's certain copyrights, there's certain informations that you have to put out there to be able to keep yourself authentic. Well, all right, guys. So interruption after interruption. All right. So, like I was saying, if you want to go back to being like this, and this is the peace sign for how gods or different gods, if you really do your research, the peace sign was like this. Not like this, we were separated, but because there's been so many interruptions and so many abuse of power and so much miseducation and misinformation, people have to go back to the individual self and learn about yourself before you can go out there and have a big old plan on how you want to run your life or run the course of your life, which is beautiful. And it's amazing the energies that have been going about in our astrology, in just everywhere, and how it's been pushing. The universe has been pushing for the information to come out and for people to be seen as they are, and for groups of people to follow who they want to follow without being told, you know what, I'm gonna judge you, or you know what, I can't really associate myself with you because you know what, you're not really like the person that I really want to hang out with, and whatever kind of an attitude. Which is fine. Let me tell you. Even if you don't agree with that, that's perfect. Because that lets people know exactly where you are, exactly where your limits are, exactly where you're going to take this thing you call your life. And that's perfect. That is beautiful. That is a manifestation of you taking your power back for yourself, to yourself. That's amazing. So and with another thing I want to say, if you find yourself in a situation where you want to go against the grain and you want to do things outside of the normal, or you want to do things how other people have been doing things, and other people might consider you a follower, other people might consider you a leader, it doesn't fucking matter. As long as you're happy, it's okay. And this is especially a message for the newbie witches, okay? I feel like a lot of you guys are under pressure to be a bunch of fucking followers. You have to be, I have to be an original, I have to do everything authentic. But you know what, everybody starts off as a fucking copy. Okay, when you start off as a child, you start off with somebody else's beliefs, wants, and needs for you until you break the code. And you're like, you know what, now I'm an individual. I'm going to be the fool. I'm going to take that leap of faith. I'm going to go and do something and create something for myself. However, which way I want to do something for myself. Ascended masters, they were not always the masters. They were not always born the masters. They were born curious, knowing that there was something out there they needed to do. And they became greater than the masters that taught them. And as witches, I will always consider myself an newbie witch. Oh my God. Even though from my other lives and my memory, I've always been a witch. But it's like, this is a new day. This is a new life. This is a new experience. And this is fantastic. With all the hurt, pain, and misery here, I don't even care. Like, because of the simple fact that I can take that energy and transmute it. And that is, I feel, the faith. Or I know people, they just, oh my God, faith, you're using that faith? That's like a Christian word. No, it's not. Stop taking things out of out of the vocabulary. Because then the day that you see yourself in a situation, or you see yourself or your magic not working, you're going to be in lack of faith for your magic and your spirituality. So therefore, I'm going to use the word faith, okay? So that's the faith that we should have. That no matter what comes our way, you're an alchemist. Once you're on this side of town and you understand that you're an alchemist, you're a high priestess, you're a high priest, you're a witch, you're a in Spanish is a bruja or a brujo or un santero, whatever, or a babalao, whatever or Yoruba, you want to go with the Yoruba traditions. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because it's your experience. Okay, and then once you know that you can transmute the energy that you want, even if you have to work on yourself 10 times harder. Don't ever give up, and don't ever follow somebody. My opinion, you can do as you wish, but don't ever follow somebody that gave up on you. Don't ever follow somebody that gives up on their own beliefs and their own, this is my purpose, this is what I came to do, but then they're doing something totally and completely different. Because that means maybe at that very moment in time, what that person's needs, that person at that very moment in time needs space. They need to recoup. They need a hug. They need their mommy. They need their daddy, or somebody that represents their mommy and daddy, because some of us don't have that connection because of our beliefs. And so therefore, what I'm trying to say, for those of you who are pagan, witches, blah, 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 and talk down to somebody that doesn't have your same belief, or feel like, oh, Christians are coming after me because that's the whole schmeal that's been going on for thousands and thousands of years, and you're still carrying on that burden, and you don't realize you're the witch. I know this is from a meme, but you're the witch. You're the offspring of a witch they couldn't kill. So therefore, what does that tell you? Get off your mother's titty. We're not there anymore. It's over. We're so much better than that. We're so much greater than that. And I feel like witches need to come out of the box. Let's get the broomsticks. Let's fly. Let's get out of the box. You know what I'm saying? Forget it. Fuck it. It was done. It's never to be forgotten. Don't you ever forget where you came from. Don't you ever forget the struggles that witches had to go through and endure to go there because of their wants, their beliefs, and their thoughts. But somewhere along the line, somebody have faith in you. Somebody have faith in the tomorrow. So when you guys follow people that don't have faith in the tomorrow, only have faith in a certain amount of people or a certain percentage of people, which is like -1 if you're only going by social media. And trust me, I go by social media. I love social media because I use it to my advantage. And a lot of people don't like to do that because it's like, oh, this is like something, you're just going by whatever. It doesn't matter. It's given to me, so I'm going to use it. It's given to me by the alchemists that have ruled the world for thousands and thousands of years. Have they ruled the world in a way where you feel it's best? Maybe not. But have they ruled the world for thousands of years? Yes. And that takes a lot of power. That takes a lot of energy. That takes a lot of alchemy. You should learn from them. Stop going for them. And I feel like a lot of people in our community go for people that, you know, and I'm all for conspiracy theory and blah, blah, blah. But I see the difference. I see what they do. I see the magic they do. And to me, it's fantastic. Is it correct to do? No. Do I understand this planet belongs to us? Yeah. Is somebody else running the show? Perhaps. Should you be running your own show before you can try to take over the world? Yes. Get your shit together, get your magic together, know where you want to be, and then you can go out there and rule the world. Rule the world. Take it for you, for your taking, for your likeness. Travel the world. Hi, Morena, because I know you made a video about the magic of traveling and how important it is to you. Amazing video. You guys can go check it out. And then I'm gonna do a shout out in this video, and then I'm gonna do a separate video for it so that you guys can go check it out. So tomorrow, Wednesday, 11 Eastern Standard Time, I'm going to be a guest at House of Triple Chalice Tarot at Blog Talk. Let me see. Blog Talk Radio? Yes. So it is, again, House of Triple Chalice, Blog Talk Radio. We're going to be live at a talk show Wednesday at 11. They do their shows Wednesday at 11, and they also do their shows for the full moon, new moon. You guys can follow at Aluna Tarot at an Instagram. She has a YouTube page here also, and you guys can go and follow the House of Triple Chalice on Instagram as well. I will be there answering questions, and for those of you who want to go on and off about, oh my gosh, you're doing an interview and you're a witch, yes, because I'm going to give you the voice that you refuse to take because you don't want to take advantage of social media. So yes, I'll be the voice for people. I will take that stand. I don't care. Will I ever do an interview for the mass media like CBS, BCC, or something like that, freaking Univision? Probably not. But if it's for a witch, a fellow entrepreneur, I'm all for it. Why? Because we're a sisterhood, we're a brotherhood, we're in union. So don't ever forget that, especially those of you who are newbie witches. And don't ever lose faith, you guys, because if the Christian church, if there is a Christian church out there that's international, that believes in a goddess, that believes there's something other than the divine masculine energy and dogmatic thinking, even though they have their own dogmatic ways and they have their own perception of things, which I don't always agree with, but like I said, don't ever lose hope, because if they can pick that up, if there's someone that can pick that up, that means that we're gonna be okay. This shit is about to blow its lid. Even though they believe their goddess is incarnated here in Korea, and maybe that's not something that you or that I would ever follow. But the fact of the matter is that people are awakening to something completely different from what they were being taught. People are picking up books. People are choosing their paths, and that is fantastic. That is absolutely fantastic. And with that, I say blessings and love to everybody. I'm going to do a separate video about the blog for tomorrow, because I need to talk about the blog separately, because that's just what I want to do. So blessings and love to all of you guys, and thank you so much for your support, your love, all the subscribers. Keep doing your thing. Everybody that's out there, keep doing your thing. Okay, perseverance is key. Love is key. Peace to the world. And love and blessings to everybody. Bye.